In this video, you'll learn how to use the change directory command cd to change to another working directory. Hello, I'm Jeffrey Sessoms. Welcome to this quick tutorial on the change directory command. Be sure to download the PDF of essential commands that I created for my command line course. You can find the link to it in the description. Let's get to it. The change directory command cd changes the working directory. In other words, it changes your location in the file system. The syntax begins with the cd command that accepts 0 or more arguments. The change directory command alone sets the working directory to the user's home directory. Following the cd command is the options argument that can be used to modify the command's behavior. The last argument is directory, which is the name of the directory that you want to change to. Let's go ahead and look at some examples. Notice that the prompt displays our current working directory using the tilde, which is a symbolic reference to the home directory. To view the actual path of our home directory, we can use the print working directory command pwd. Here we can see that the home directory is /home/Jeffrey. Entering the change directory command alone sets the working directory to the user's home directory. Since we're already within our home directory, nothing changes. So let's see the behavior later when it's more useful to us. To change to a specific directory within our working directory, we can pass the directory name to the change directory command. Let's use the ls command to see what's available within our current directory. In our working directory, we see that we have a directory called documents. Let's change our working directory to the documents directory using cd documents. Here you can see that we're using the change directory command cd without options, followed by the name of the directory we want to change our working directory to. After executing the command, the prompt now displays our working directory as /documents. Again, we can use the print working directory command pwd to verify our location in the file system. Here we see the full path from the root of the file system to our working directory. We are not restricted to moving up or down the computer's file system one level at a time. As you can see from the display of /home/Jeffrey/documents, the / is used as a separator for directories on the command line. However, the / alone is a symbolic reference to the root of the file system. So we can use it to change our working directory there, moving several levels at once. So entering cd /, we can move immediately to the root of our computer's file system. Notice the prompt now displays our working directory as the root of the file system. If we display the contents of our working directory with ls-l, we can see that we now have direct access to the root directory's contents. Earlier, I mentioned that the change directory command alone sets the working directory to the user's home. Let's use it right now to return to the home directory. Now, our prompt shows the working directory as our home directory. If we know the path to the directory we want to change to, then we can pass either a relative or absolute path to the change directory command. The relative path is a partial path to a resource on the computer's file system from the working directory. Let's see an example of how to change directories using a relative path. Listing the contents of our working directory, we can see that it contains a directory here called Documents. Let's use the list command's recursive option -R to display the contents of Documents along with any subdirectories that it contains. So enter ls-r documents. Here we can see that the Documents directory contains several files, and the directories called Messages and Party. The recursive option of the ls command has also displayed the contents of Messages here, as well as the contents of Party here. Notice that the Party directory is empty and that the Messages directory contains a number of files and directories itself. We can also see several empty directories such as History, Invitations, and Templates found in the Messages directory here. Let's say that we want to change our working directory to Messages. Then we can enter cd documents/messages. Our command syntax begins with the change directory command cd without options, then ends with the relative path documents/messages. Notice the slash symbol between Documents and Messages is used to access a child directory. In this case, Documents is the parent directory, while Messages is the child directory since it's located inside the Documents directory. After entering the command, we can see that our prompt correctly displays our working directory as Messages. Of course, we can change our working directory by passing an absolute path to the cd command as well. The absolute path is the complete path from the root of the computer's file system to a resource. The trouble with using the absolute path is that it tends to become very wordy the further into the file system you are. For example, we're currently located within the Messages directory, found inside of Documents. Let's say that we want to return to the Documents directory using the absolute path. If we don't remember the absolute path to Documents from earlier, then we can use the result of the print working directory command, since Documents is along the path to our working directory. Here we can see that the absolute path to Documents is /home/Jeffrey/documents. So we can enter the command cd/home/Jeffrey/documents. The updated prompt shows that we successfully changed our working directory to Documents, but look how long the absolute path becomes. Long absolute paths can make it easier to enter a typo onto the command line that causes an error, forcing us to re-enter the command. So let's see a safer alternative to changing our working directory to Documents using a relative path and a symbolic reference to the parent directory. Before we see an example of that, we need to return to the previous working directory first. This is a perfect opportunity to use a shortcut that returns us to the previous working directory regardless of our current location in the file system. So, if you ever find yourself needing to return to the previous directory, then pass a hyphen to the cd command, like so. Notice that we're back in our previous directory, Messages, and the cd command displays the full path to our current working directory here. So passing a hyphen to the cd command can be a useful shortcut to avoid a lot of needless typing. Now let's see an alternative to changing our working directory to documents using a relative path and a symbolic reference to the parent directory. Passing the option A to the ls command causes hidden files to display. Notice there's a single period here without a name following it, and another 2 consecutive periods without a name following it. The single period is a symbolic reference to the current directory, in this case messages, while the double period is a symbolic reference to the parent directory, which happens to be documents. These references are found in every directory of Linux-like file systems and can be used to specify relative paths to resources on the system. From the prompt, we can see that the documents directory is again the parent directory of our working directory messages. So let's change to the documents directory. Instead of passing the absolute path to the change directory command, we'll use the symbolic reference to the parent directory, documents. So not only were we able to change to the documents directory, it took less time than entering the absolute path and reduced our chances of a typo. We can even combine the directory separator, the /, with several symbolic references to parent directories in order to move up the file system several levels at once. For example, the print working directory command pwd shows our working directory path as /home/Jeffrey/documents. To change to the home directory here, we can enter the command cd ... The first ... accesses the parent directory of documents, which happens to be Jeffrey. The second ... accesses the parent directory of Jeffrey, which is home, our target directory. After executing the command, notice that the prompt shows that we successfully changed to our target directory, which is the home directory. That wraps up this quick tutorial on the change directory command. Be sure to check out my other courses and tutorials. If you're serious about improving your knowledge and skills as a developer, then make sure to click on the subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you can get more content like this in the future. Thanks for watching.